Hey, welcome to the Dala Compass Academy. Today, I'm going to share with you how staying humble and prayerful throughout the day can help you increase your spiritual wellness, your well-being, your health, and your happiness. Spiritual wellness is one of the 9 dimensions of wellness, that we talk about, and we have, training on in the Compass Wellness series. You can also get more detailed training, on steps that will help you change your lifestyle if you sign up for the Dala Compass Academy Challenge. This is a 90-day challenge. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get on with today's video and training. If you want to be happy every day, you have to learn to be humble and try to do the will of God in the events and circumstances of your daily life. Okay, I'm going to unpack this. So you can't really determine how specific events and circumstances of your daily life will play out. Okay, you cannot be 100% sure how these things will play out before you actually engage in them. You can't be 100% sure of how the moment will play out until you engage in the moment. But if you're humble and prayerful, it will go a long way in helping you come out of that experience more positive, less stressed out, and more willing to engage life. Do not focus on people or you will be disappointed. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, if you put your trust in people, if you think something is simple and is straightforward and you can just, engage people and everything is going to be fine, it doesn't work like that. Just because your friend told you, hey, I'm going to meet you at the theater, movie theater where we can just go and watch a movie and hang out, doesn't mean he or she will be there. It doesn't even mean that when he or she comes there, they're going to be engaged or interested in what you're saying. They might not be there. They might come and they're busy with their phone or something has happened. Or it could even be a simple thing as, agreeing with a friend to go to watch a football game or to go to the park or something, and you just discover that when you get there, it's not quite what you thought it was going to be. You all have to stay prepared. If you focus on people, you'll be disappointed. But if you go with the mentality, hey, I'm gonna, have a good time there regardless, you'll be more prepared. The reason why I say this is because most people are only interested in what they will gain instead of what they can give. Your daily happiness depends more on your ability to give to others while relying on the infinite capacity of God to love you as you are. Okay, this is the core of spiritual wellness. If you tap into the, oceanic water of God's mercy, your well will never run dry. You'll always have some water to quench your thirst, to refresh you, to rejuvenate you, through the well springs of God the Infinite. Okay? Like I said, this is part of spiritual wellness, and this particularly, is relevant, to those who, share faith in the Lord. Okay? We human beings do not have the same infinite capacity to love, so we depend on our senses and intellect, during our interaction with others. To be happy every day, we have to focus on doing the will of God in the events and activities of our daily lives. Okay? Yes, it's only through your interactions, right? that you can relate to others and you can relate to yourself. This means doing your best in every event without worrying about what others will say, how they react to you. Not everyone is going to be happy with you. Not everyone is going to be happy with the way you do things, the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you interrupt, the way you integrate. There's always something people are not going to like about you. That's just the fact of life. So if you worry about being liked and by others, then you're not really going to get. The thing is, you take away energy that you could be putting into making the best out of yourself, living your best life now, you know, being the healthiest you can be, you know, building on your strengths instead of wallowing in your weaknesses, you know. With the grace of God and the help of God, you can get better. But you have to learn through positive self-talk and prayers not to worry if you're praised or criticized. Only God has the infinite capacity to love us as we are. Other human beings cannot do that because they interact with us through the prism of their own interests, their own concerns, their own ambitions, the people that they think matter in their lives. There's so many other factors, that affect how they would interact with you. That if you relied only on them for validation, you will be disappointed. I don't want you to be disappointed. I want you, to have the confidence in yourself, that with God's grace, the sky is the limit. You can achieve any health goals you set for yourself. You can achieve any wellness goals you set for yourself. Spirituality is all about relationship. Depends on what you're relating to. Spirituality can be about your relationship with God, about your relationship with your fellow human being, your relationship with the universe, with the earth that we live on, the heavens that we aspire to, you know. If you stay humble, you will learn how to listen to God when He speaks to you through the circumstances of your life. If you're a person of faith. According to Anthony J. Pone, SJ, whatever people do in their life, they do it to gain some measure of peace and joy. Okay, so it's you're trying to get some peace and joy from the things you do in your life. This is for everyone, rich, poor, famous, old, young. If you're in your 40s, 50s, whatever you're doing to gain peace and joy. Since created things are only a reflection of God, they can only give a small share of the all-satisfying peace and joy which souls crave. This is why whenever we deal with other human beings, we get partial joy, unconditional love. So how will staying humble and prayerful throughout the day help us to get peace and joy? If you have peace and joy, you are less likely to have more variations in your blood pressure. You're less likely to eat too much, that will lead to the weight gain. You're less likely to have, relationships that are stressful, that are not positive. So you can see how this is going to affect different dimensions of wellness, right? So that lack of peace and joy could be affecting your social wellness, could be affecting your emotional wellness, could be affecting your intellectual wellness, already, So sometimes we have to learn how to deal with people who, even in the midst of annoying circumstances, at other times we're humbled by the act of kindness towards us by others, or to other people. Okay, so the thing is, I think that one of the things that humility does is that it opens you up. It's like opening the hand. It's like having an open mindset, or open emotional communication, right? So it allows you to grow. It allows you to realize that the world is not resolving around you, but that you can be part of it, right? You can contribute. You know, that's one great thing about, humility. When you now tap into a higher power, if you're familiar with the 12 steps for addiction and how they talk about tapping into a higher power to help pull us through. If you remember, one of the key things in the 12 steps, the beginning is humility, right? When you reach bottom and you come to realize you cannot do it by yourself. It's the same principle in the spiritual wellness, in terms of humility and prayerfulness being something that can help you pull yourself up and help you get to a greater height, you know. So that's what I'm trying to talk about here. And hopefully I'm conveying that, that, the response we get in with others when we interact with them depends on how they feel, the respect they have for us, and what they feel they may benefit directly or indirectly from taking the action we ask them to take. If someone says they're uncomfortable with a particular action, they're probably not going to do it. Why would they do something that make them feel uncomfortable? Why would they, do something that they feel is not enhancing their own health or it's not helping them achieve peace and joy? Okay? So you have to, say to yourself, okay, this is how this person feels or sees this. How can I make this interaction so that both of us are getting peace and joy out of it? That's the key. Okay, I'm just going to, if piggyback to what I said before, I'm quoting Anthony Porn, right? I hope I'm saying it right. Anyway, he says that whatever people do in their life, they do it to gain some measure of peace and joy. Okay? That's the driving force behind the action. So if you think carefully about your interactions with others, you will see that, let's look at it. If you keep in mind that you're looking for peace and joy in your interaction with others, and if you remember that it's only God that can give us that peace and joy infinitely, and then if and only God can treat us gently and lovingly every day without reverse, others can, but not infinitely, not without having their own, reflecting that they're humans, you'll be less hurt when others treat you unfairly or tell outright lies against you. This will help you to stay humble and prayerful and seek daily victories, in your interactions with others. It will help to, so the more you can increase your spiritual wellness, which in this setting, in this point, it's just means increasing your capacity to seek peace and joy for others as well as yourself in your interactions with them. Trying to see their point of view and trying to understand as much as you can what is going on with them. A starting point in doing this is humility. We can do this if we persistently and unconditionally pray to win every day, without complaining. So you start your day with asking for that lift, that jolt, that prayerfulness that will help you move to the next level. All right, I'm going to stop here on this one. So I'm just going to, from time to time share, different aspects of, wellness. Today was just on spiritual wellness, and how that can contribute to your well-being, your health, and help you, to, as you navigate, your life, dealing with different things at different times, but like the stress of work, family life, your desire to achieve your goal, to be the best version of yourself, you need health and wellness to do it, because without, if you're not healthy, you can't do anything. I mean, I go back to this again and again, why? Because actually, this is what drives me to do this, okay? Self care is the best care, you know. No health, no wealth, right? Nothing, you have to have health before you can build anything else on it. So that's why I'm passionate about this. That's why I have the Dollar Compass Academy, you know, just sharing with you everyday tools that can help you, you know, give yourself the best self-care possible, put yourself in the best position to take care of yourself so that you can take better care of others. Anyway, I'll see you next time.